Hello. Welcome back. This is another poetry reading, this time by the extraordinary, prolific poet Lyn Lifshin. I cannot introduce or read this poet's work without giving a brief diatribe of my connection to her via dearest poetry angel Stephanie Kaler, whose championing of Lifshin's work for years and years has just been such a charm and delight for me. I happened upon this selection of Lifshin's poems at a used bookstore in Santa Barbara, one of the Bay Area Santa cities, which I confess is probably some rooted anti-Californian attitude in me to not remember the exact name of the city, but nevertheless, it felt important for me to grab the book, and reading through these poems really affected me quite deeply. This book is Before It's Light, and the poem that I'm reading is That Year, That Icy Blackness. My hair entangles as if knotted from wild love. End of January rain, the geese coming earlier, dripping melted water. If I comb what snarls, the wind would carry it to braid with the ink-black feathers of crows. On the morning geese, skid on ice, I pull on blue stockings to camouflage that color inside, leaking out on the sheets like long hair in tangles I dream. If snow melted, I could comb with rainwater. Too late, too icy. I wanted to want you shipwrecking in me, wanted to be the river mallards dip in, lose their hunger, taking the shape of what fills it, be like spring water, dripping from gulls' wings to untangle the grass hair of night. Huge bed, just my outline in it. The dreams pulled into poems, dark apples, a red maple collapsing with rain. Things in me like blind mice running into each other. What I love about Lifshin's work is that she speaks toward a poetics of desire, yearning, longing that I feel is so natural to anyone who's ever dared to want something that feels too grand for them to carry. The line of I wanted to want you shipwrecked has stayed with me for years because it's so just pungent, so sailorly northeastern, so full of this kind of aquatic life or unlife that in a way where living on the West Coast for as many years as I have now, I find that people write of the water a certain way that's different from, I guess, the Eastern Coast or of like the Mediterranean. It's something I'm probably going to write an essay on it someday, but I just don't have all of the pieces toward it, I feel. But everybody annotates water differently depending on their regional connectivity to it. And I think shipwrecking is such a particular state of longing from water to the northeastern locale. It feels very much central to my relationship with water, that there is something ancient and ruined underneath the surface. Whether it's evoked from my intentions and my imagination, or is part of the local history itself. And in a way, that becomes just as central a theme in our relationships to all things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this poem. I hope you enjoyed the discussion of this poem. Thank you so much for listening, as always. Take care.